What's going on, my docs? It's Trent, aka oTradeMark here. And yesterday, I became the first prestige master in all of the world. Or did I? Dun dun dun. I'm going to be talking about that in the video coming right up. But first of all, I really just wanted to thank everyone who has supported me in the past week, especially Jason, aka Wicked Shrapnel. He allowed me to stream my 10th Prestige stream on his channel because my channel, I kept getting DDoSed on my channel because I can't add a delay, and he was super willing to let me do that on his. Wicked Shrapnel honestly is the coolest and realest down-to-earth dude I've ever met online, and I'm truly grateful for him, everything that he's done for me, and I'm really grateful for your friendship, man. I really do. He's just an awesome guy. If you haven't heard of him, you need to go check out his channel right now, youtube.com/wickedshrapnel. Secondly, I wanted to thank Brandon, aka Manafear. He was the one that played on my account when I couldn't stay awake any longer, even though I had really long, 15 to 20 hour game sessions every day. He was the one that played for me when I was sleeping when he could, and that allowed me to stay at the top of the leaderboards. I couldn't have done it without you. I really appreciate all the players that played with me. I'm thankful to my wife. She kept me fed during these extremely long game sessions, and she also has been really supportive to me, and she hasn't killed me yet, even when I go off on these crazy endeavors of mine. And so I'm really grateful to her. She is just an incredible woman. And last of all, I wanted to thank all of you guys, all my viewers and supporters. There's been a lot of you that have sent very kind and very supportive messages to me over Xbox Live or Twitter or all sorts of social media. Literally my feed is just blown up all over the place, and I'm very grateful to all of you guys. Yeah, but anyways, guys, I've finally reached max prestige, and I've gotten a lot of rest yesterday, and I've pretty much just taken today completely off and not even worried about gaming. I've just been hanging out with the wife and kids and sleeping and catching up on Sons of Anarchy, and that's about it. So I'm excited to start working on the Black Ops 2 leveling guide. I'm going to be posting that on my website, gamingupgrade.com, in sections very shortly. And I really hope that it helps you all level up quicker in Black Ops 2, and I really hope you enjoy it. So, again, Malo Alpito, I'm out of here.
Okay, so let's get straight to the point, the hard point. Leveling reference to the best game type in the game. I was the first person in the world to reach Prestige Master yesterday morning, and a lot of people are saying it didn't count. Some people say I boosted, other people say I hacked, but most people say that I'm not the first Prestige Master in the world because I started playing the game early. And that is true. Yep, I got the game the Friday before it came out, and I started playing the game that Friday night. Then I pretty much played it every waking hour after that until I hit Prestige Master. Now, some people think that because I started early, I shouldn't be considered the first person to reach max prestige. And this is what I say about that. The very definition of first means coming before all others in time or order. When I reached Prestige Master, no other player in the world had reached that milestone. Hence, by definition, I was the first Prestige Master or first person to reach max prestige in all of the world. Now, some people think that I should have been disqualified for starting early. To you, I respond, disqualified from what? Hashtag the race? I didn't know about hashtag the race until the Friday before the game came out and the servers were already up. Initially, I thought that hashtag the race was Earnestly, T. Martin, Gold Glove, and Jericho competing against each other and other YouTubers to see who could reach Prestige Master first. I thought it was an internal YouTube commentator competition. I didn't know they were rotating shifts on one gamertag to try and reach Prestige Master together. Friday night, I read this tweet from Vaughn about not playing on the profile you plan to compete with in the race to Prestige Master until he announced the start date. And aside from not even understanding what he was referring to, there was a few issues with this. I mean, first off, Vaughn tweeted about this late Friday night, after the servers had already been online for the majority of the day. By that time, I was already in the mid-40s for my level, and it was impossible for me to not play on the profile that I wanted to play on. Secondly, I had already spent $200 on my copy of Black Ops 2. I wasn't going to just set aside a game I paid over 3 times sticker price for just to be like, yay, I can't wait to play this game on Tuesday. and last of all, and probably most importantly, I wasn't going to repeat the same mistake I made last year. Last year, I was going to try and be one of the first players to reach max prestige in MW3, but guess what happened? I'll show you. I got my copy of MW3 the day before it came out and played most of the day that night, and that night I got paired up with none other than Mr. Ernest Lee, Juicedra, Only Use Me Blade, and a bunch of YouTubers that already had the game. By the time the game had launched, Ernie was already 3rd or 4th prestige, and when the leaderboards came up, there were already dozens of players ranked higher than me. That was when I gave up on trying to be the first and told myself I wouldn't make that same mistake if I went for it in Black Ops 2. Okay? The fact of the matter is that if I wasn't the first to reach Prestige Master in Black Ops 2, someone else who started playing the game early would have been. Fury X, or Skaith, or Grizzly, or Fears Lean. One of those guys would have seen that they had the lead in first place, and they would have continued to play it out until they reached Prestige Master. The last thing I get is that a lot of people are saying that I should give up my title or, succeed in the race because what I did wasn't fair. And the fact of the matter is, if the race truly wanted to make the race fair for everyone, they would have started playing the game at 12 a.m. their time on November 13th. But they didn't. They started around 2 p.m. Pacific time the day before, which was at least 7 hours before anyone in the U.S. could even buy the game. Now, honestly, I have nothing against the guys who played on the race. They all seem like pretty cool dudes, and they're pretty strong players, especially Ernie. I really like Ernie, in fact. I played Diablo 3 with Ernie quite a bit when the game came out, and he's a cool guy. And at the end of the day, I can appreciate what they did. In fact, if you want to call them the first Vonderhaar approved Prestige Masters, then go for it. Okay? I never was participating in the race. I set out to become the first player to reach Prestige Master, and I accomplished that. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is that I have a suggestion for Mr. David Vonderhaar himself and the people at Activision. If you want to avoid this controversy in the future, there is a really simple solution that you can implement within the game. A day 0 global stats reset. You see, Mr. Vonderhaar, there's a reason that I tweeted you numerous times asking if there would be a day 0 reset. There's a reason so many people in the community have asked there to be a stats reset. A day 0 stats reset puts everyone on an even playing field day 1. I am fine with the day 0 reset. In fact, I fully endorsed a day 0 reset for Black Ops 2. I think that I can level as fast as the best of them. And even if there was a day 0 reset, I still think I would have been one of the first players to reach Prestige Master in Black Ops 2. So my final suggestion to anyone affiliated with Activision that might be watching this is to implement a day 0 reset on all future COD games. And you might think that you'll get a lot of backlash from the players who get the game early, but I don't think that's true as long as you announce beforehand that all players who play the game early will have their stats reset. If I would have known when I had tweeted you back in October and the start of November, is there going to be a day 0 stats reset? If you had said yes to me, yes, everyone's going to be reset, I wouldn't not have been concerned about getting the game early. Well, maybe a day early, but I would have played it and with the full understanding that I was going to be reset, and I would be okay with that because I understand that you're making it a level playing ground for everyone who buys the game at the actual release date. So I think as long as you announce that beforehand, then all players, as players, we are aware of the consequences of playing early and understand that we'll need to wait until the reset to actually race towards max prestige. So, anyways, guys, that's all I have to say. I really appreciate all of the positive and kind and supportive messages that I've gotten over the past week and a half, and even today, I've had a ton of people supporting me. There's no need to hate on the race, hashtag the race. I think what they did was great. I don't want you guys to go over there and spam their channel that they weren't first, because I know a lot of you guys did that. I don't want it. I'm not trying to create controversy or cause drama. You know, they can be the first official Vonderhaar approved Prestige Masters or whatever you want to call them. And, you know, I'll take my title as the first person to actually have that symbol next to my gamer tag. That's fine. And I mean, I had said this from the very beginning. I set out to achieve this goal because I wanted to gain credibility and notoriety for my leveling guide, my Black Ops 2 leveling guide, which I plan on making the biggest and best to date. And I think I have accomplished that. So at this point, you know, I'm okay with whatever anyone in the community wants to go with. Now, the last thing that I want to say before I go is that every day after today, I'm going to be releasing one video about some methods or tips or tricks on how to level up quickly, and then I'm going to be writing paragraphs in text form and implementing them into the guide. And so if you want to follow, if you subscribe to me on YouTube and then follow my website at gamingupgrade.com, you'll see the leveling guide rolled out in sections, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. I've already put a lot of work into getting Prestige Master first, and I'm going to be putting a lot more work into the actual guide. And so I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Malo Alpito, I'm out of here.
Topping off, stand by.
Guardian ready for deployment. Keep pressing the fight. We're ahead.
Laying tack and sir. Come on.
Hardpoint identified. UAV inbound. Friendly UAV inbound. That was
Good game, man.
textbook.
Wow,